Welcome to the Abrams Boxing Show, powered by Last Out Media and brought to you by www.15rounds.com, the worldwide leader in boxing news. Also, Abrams Boxing PR Media and Broadcasting, the industry standard for boxing media relations and play-by-play broadcasting. Also, check out www.abramsboxing.com, Abrams Boxing on YouTube, as well as M. Abrams Boxing on Twitter and Mark Abrams Boxing on Instagram. Welcome to another edition of the Abrams Boxing Show. I'm Mark Abrams. We have a big show ahead for you this week. A lot of fight results, a lot of fights going on this weekend for the fans over the world. Plus, we have Jordan White joining us after a sensational, explosive first-round knockout victory on Showbox. We had a chance to catch up with him. We'll get to him in a second. After we talk about Jake Paul going to 7-1 as he scored a 10-round unanimous decision over UFC superstar Nate Diaz. Paul now 7-1. Diaz was making his professional boxing debut. That bout took place before a packed house on Saturday night at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, from a pay-per-view audience. Scores were 98-91 twice and 97-92 for Jake Paul. It was an action-packed fight, very entertaining, in my opinion, at least. Wasn't the most technically sound fight with either guy, but both guys landed shots, and Jake Paul did dig down deep. He scored a knockdown in the fight and came home with the victory. Now, everyone's calling Jake Paul out. Jake Paul actually said that he wouldn't mind facing Diaz in a MMA type of fight, but I don't know if that's a good idea for Mr. Paul. But to each his own. He can earn a lot of money like he did on Saturday night. Guy's making money hand over fist no matter what he's doing, and he's now 7-1 as a professional boxer. Like I said, he's good for the game. I mean, I enjoy what he's brought to the game. He's gotten opportunities, for fighters like Amanda Serrano, who we're going to talk about in a second. And, keep on keeping on, Jake Paul. I'm all for it. So, he gets the win over Nate Diaz, and I'm sure the pay-per-view, a lot of people are talking about it. So hopefully a lot of people bought it. And, it continues to have some big events with Jake Paul and his most valuable promotions company. They're doing the Prospect Series on DAZN. So he's committed to the game, Jake Paul. So congratulations. The co-feature undisputed featherweight champion Amanda Serrano went to 45-2-1 as she pounded for the second time a 10-round unanimous decision over Heather Hardy. Hardy 24-3. Dominant performance for Amanda Serrano as she she just laid the whooping on Heather Hardy for the second time, a fight that for my money really wasn't needed, but Heather, who's been a stalwart on the New York scene for a lot of years, she gets a nice little chunk of change for her retirement. So we will see what happens with Amanda Serrano. The rumors now that it's going to set up a mega fight with the undisputed 130-pound champion Alicia Baumgartner. Baumgartner was commentating on the fight. She was, she's down for it. She wanted it. Amanda, I'm sure, wants it, but she didn't really want to talk about that. She wanted to praise Heather Hardy in her post-fight interview. I would love to see her start, talking a little smack to Alicia. That's going to be a terrific fight when it does happen, whether it's the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. It's going to be a great fight between Amanda Serrano and Alicia Baumgartner. Friday night in Bethlehem, I was on the scene as Jordan White annihilated and destroyed previously undefeated Erickson Garcia, first-round stoppage. A little left hook that traveled about 3 inches right on the chin of Garcia, put him out, down and out at 157 of round one. And Jordan White was just he's now established himself as a contender in the 130-pound divisions. He talked some stuff, called out Chris Colbert, wants to, fight everyone in the division. So Jordan White definitely is a player So I'm looking forward to see what his next move is going to be. And we talk to him in 1 minute. Just want to go over the co-feature and the opening bout. Undefeated super welterweight Paul Kroll and Guido Schramm fought to an 8-round draw. Very entertaining fight. Scores were 77-75 for Kroll, 76-76 even. Kroll now 10-0-2. Both these draws have been on Showbox. The other one, to Marquise Taylor. Guido Schramm, who won on Showbox earlier this year, falls to 16-1-2, but he's 16-1-2 now. And the opening bout saw Julian Gonzalez go to 11-0-1 as he outscored Johnny Spell, who's now 8-1. 8-round junior lightweight bout. Scores are 78-74 twice and 79-73 for Mr. Julian Gonzalez, who's a very exciting fighter. I've seen pretty much all of his fights, if not all of his fights, and he's a guy who's 21 years old, is going to be another player in the 130-pound division. Like I said, after his big win on Friday night, Jordan White was very happy in his locker room. I had a chance to catch up with him, and this is what he had to say. Jordan White, big knockout, a first-round stoppage over Erickson Garcia, a real quick, short left hook, did it, knocked him out cold. Jordan, take us behind the punch.
Man, I just looked at the replay. I fainted him. We knew that he was going. He would drop his his right hand after he jabbed. He fainted. I fainted him a couple times. He dropped it. As soon as he came in, I checked the hook, hit him right on his chin.
That shot was so short. I bet when you threw it, you probably didn't think. You probably thought maybe you'd hurt him, whatever. It was such a short, quick shot. Did you think you could hurt a guy with a shot like that?
I mean, speed kills, but honestly, I didn't throw it. I didn't throw it hard at all. I could imagine if I was to throw it hard as I could. You know what I'm saying? I'd be scared of what it would do to somebody.
You hit him right, and you hit him right on the chin.
Hit him right on the chin.
And when it went down, you knew he wasn't getting back up?
Yeah, when he went down, I seen his arms go straight up. I knew he wasn't getting back up at all.
So, I asked you before in the quick post-fight, where does this put you now? You're 130 pounds. You're kind of a guy who's been flying under the radar a little bit now, especially with the impact of the knockout and how emphatic it was. People are going to have to start talking about you a little bit more now, huh?
Yeah, everybody know who Showtime Short is now. I guess it's on the map. Showtime Short. Showtime Short, baby.
You mentioned the name Chris Colbert before the fight. Now, I mean, if this isn't a loud enough shout out to him, I don't know what is.
Man, look, man, like I said, whatever God got next for me, only reason I'm saying Chris Colbert name, because Chris Colbert had some shit to say, you know what I'm saying, when I mentioned his name at first before, but it is what it is. Whatever God got next for me, I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Showtime Short.
130-pound division's become a pretty good division last year, 18 months. Where do you fit in? I mean, where do you fit in, Chris Colbert aside, with any of the other contenders out there?
Man, look, like I said, man, we ain't got no name shouted out. If somebody wants...
Except Chris Colbert.
Except for Chris Colbert. If somebody wants some... We need Adam Lopez, too. You know what I'm saying? But, Adam Lopez, we definitely want some smoke. We selling NyQuil.
There's last week I was at a fight with Cortez. It's like a hot division. Some good contenders. Cortez, Navarrete, and Valdez are fighting next week for a world title. No, you stopped the guy, but no, you didn't put him to sleep. No, all I'm saying that there's some good names out there. That's all. I'm not calling anyone out.
Hey, only thing I got to say is, Big bro went up to 30, 35. Big bro went up to 35. I'm taking his place. You know what I'm saying? I got that tank crack.
Well, and how much you mean you a guy like Bill Haney comes in who's
oh man, that's family. That's my uncle. I definitely appreciate him coming to the fight, man. But he been in my corner ever since we started doing this professional stuff. So it was definitely a blessing to have my uncle in the corner with me.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing?
Man, thank you for everybody that came out, everybody that helped me, get to this point. Thank you for the haters, the non-believers. Without them, I wouldn't be here neither. The sponsors, thank you for y'all too. AWASH, thank you for WBC. Thank you for King Promotions. Thank you for RSC, Waldo's Temperature Solutions. Thank you for my mother and my father for having me here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for God getting me here and keeping me focused.
The whole state of Maryland?
Man, I ain't gonna say the whole state of Maryland because you know what I'm saying. There's some people in Maryland be hating.
A lot of the state of Maryland.
And you know, I hope Garcia's doing good and his family doing good. You know, this is sport of boxing. I definitely want to see him. You know what I'm saying? Do better. I don't want to see him nothing happen to him or nothing like that. I hope he make it home safe.
Well, Jordan White, savor this win. You deserve it. Terrific shot. I'm sure it's be played in a lot of sports highlight films all over the country, all over the world. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's going to be in the highlights, the greatest highlights. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. Yeah. Oh, hold up. And thank you, too, Mark, for everything that you do, man. You're a great dude, man.
You must not know me too well. Yeah, he actually thanked me. Then I had to cut that out. He had a good performance, great knockout on Friday night. Also, Friday night in Atlanta, Elijah Pierce scored another spectacular knockout. Stopped Mike Plania in round 3 of their super bantamweight fight. Pierce, who's ranked number 14 by the WBC, number 15 by the WBO. Plania was number 14 by the IBF. Pierce now 18-2, 15 knockouts, third round stoppage. That kicked off the Elite OTX boxing series live on the Zone. It was a straight left hand, caught Plania right on the chin, put him down, and the fight was over 53 seconds into round 3. Like we said, it was the first bout on the OTX series. We'll tell you what's coming up this week on the OTX series as well. WBA number 12 and WBO number 14 ranked welterweight Derek Cuevas went to 26-1-1, 18 knockouts, defeated Alberto Mascara 28-6-2, 16 knockouts. Fourth round stoppage for Derek Cuevas that took place Friday night in Panama City, Panama. Cuevas scored 2 knockdowns in round 2. Mascara was cut over his eye. Bout was stopped due to the cut in round 4. Time of the fight was 2:36 for Derek Cuevas. Undefeated WBA number 4 ranked and WBC number 15 ranked super middleweight Padraig McCrory went to 18-0 with 9 knockouts. Scored a 10-round unanimous decision over Steve Woodall that took place an outdoor outdoor park in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Woodall 18-2-1. McCrory got a knockdown in round number 8 when Woodall's glove hit the canvas. Scores were 96-93, 96-93, and 98-92 for Padraig McCrory. Japanese fighter Yuko Kuroki unified the WBA and WBO female 102-pound belts. I think they're called the atomweight belts. She won a 10-round majority decision by over Montserrat Alacron of Mexico. Scores are 96-94 twice and 95-95. That took place in Kobe, Japan. So that was that for the WBA atomweight championship, WBO as well. This week we got some really good fights going on. ESPN on Saturday night has the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship bout between Emmanuel Navarrete, 37-1, 31 knockouts, and former 2-division world champion Oscar Valdez, 31-1, 23 knockouts. So you have 2 guys combined record of 68-2 with 54 knockouts. That will take place at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona. This fight is going to be two very offensive fighters who get hit a lot. This is a potential fight of the year candidate. The Top Rank is bringing Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales to help with the promotion. This is could be a modern day version of that, because these are 2 Mexican warriors who just love the bang, offensive guys, look for the knockout. We know Navarrete throws a million punches around. Valdez is a little bit better boxer, but he still gets hit a lot. That's going to be a good fight. I think I'm going to lean. I'm trying to think here. I go back and forth. I'm going to lean Emmanuel Navarrete, maybe in some kind of decision win, a majority decision, split decision in a terrific fight Saturday night. This is definitely a must-watch fight on ESPN. I can't wait for it. Saturday night live from Glendale, Arizona. Showtime as a triple header emanating from the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland. That'll be headlined by IBF, actually former world champion Emmanuel Rodriguez, 21 and 2, 13 knockouts, taking on Melvin Lopez, 29 and 1, 19 knockouts. That'll be for the vacant IBF Bantamweight Championship that was formerly held by Naoya Inoue. So his belts are slowly getting captured and getting replaced now. Former heavyweight champion of the world Anthony Joshua will now face Robert Helenius in a 12-round heavyweight bout at the O2 Arena live in London this Saturday. DAZN Worldwide was originally going to be on DAZN pay-per-view when Dillian White was scheduled to fight Anthony Joshua, but White tested positive for a banned substance. The quick phone call was made Monday night, I guess, to Robert Helenius, who's in the fight. Robert Helenius actually fought last Saturday night in Finland and won a third-round knockout. So this is, especially for today's day and age, the 2023 day and age, kind of unprecedented. A guy will fight two straight weekends, but Robert Helenius gets the call. Like I said, Dillian White, the findings of a pre-fight drug test came over the weekend, and the fight was immediately canceled. And then, the promoters' matchroom were scrambling to find a replacement. In comes Robert Helenius, who most of the fans last saw was getting starched in the first round by Deontay Wilder. And so with the Deontay Wilder fight on the table now for Anthony Joshua, to be I guess a good litmus test to compare the two fighters. But we'll see. There are actually people who think that Robert Helenius is going to give Anthony Joshua a chance. He's going to give Anthony Joshua a good fight on Saturday. Could happen. Who knows what Anthony Joshua we're going to see? We're going to see the guy who won world titles, was a unified champion. Or the guy the last couple of fights who's been pretty pedestrian. We shall see Saturday in the United States afternoon on DAZN and on DAZN Worldwide. The undercard will have a bunch of heavyweight fights. IBF number one, Filip Hrgovic, 15-0, 12 knockouts, takes on Dempsey McKean, 22-0, 14 knockouts. In a battle of former world title challengers, the always entertaining Derek Chisora, 33-2, 23 knockouts, takes on Gerald Washington, 20 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 13 knockouts. And also the local favorite guy sells like thousands of tickets. Johnny Fisher, 9-0, 8 knockouts, takes on Harry, don't call me Henry Armstrong, 5-1-1. Wednesday night on Pro Box TV, super featherweight contenders Otaro Aronsi in 13-06 knockouts takes on former world champion Roger Gutierrez, 27-4-1, 21 knockouts. Again, will take place in Plant City, Florida, at the White Sands Event Center. Like we said, the OTX Overtime Boxing platform is back for week number 2. The main event will be undefeated super featherweight Albert Bell, who we had on the show a couple weeks ago. 23-06 knockouts, taking on Presco Carcassia, 11-2-1. That will take place in Atlanta, as we said. The co-feature will pit Raul Salomon at 12-1, 10 KOs against Tyler Howard, 19-1, 11 knockouts. Bunch of news items this week. This Tuesday, the WBC held a purse bid that saw Matchroom win the bout for the 130-pound championship, the WBC 130-pound championship. So they will stage the Oshaki Foster Rocky Hernandez fight later this year. Nick Francis, the co-promoter of IBF Cruiserweight champion Jay Apataya, he was very upset when Richard Riakporhe withdrew at the last minute from their purse bid, the Riakporhe Apataya purse bid. So Apataya is going to be looking for a new opponent. See, I would imagine it's probably going to be the next one in line. They'll have 30 days, I would imagine, to negotiate, and then there will be a purse bid. Following the announcement that Artur Beterbiev had a bone infection in his jaw, they rescheduled the fight between Beterbiev, 19-0, 19 knockouts, and Callum Smith, 29-1, 21 knockouts for the unified WBC, WBO, and IBF championship. The fight will now take place on January 13th, so we're 5 months away at the Center Videotron in Quebec City, Canada. That will be broadcasted live on ESPN in the United States. Former super lightweight title challenger Jack Catterall, 27-1, 13 knockouts, will take on multi-weight world champion, former multi-weight world champion Jorge Linares, 47-8, 29 knockouts. That will take place on October 21st in Liverpool, England, and streamed worldwide on DAZN. Also, this week, good news, U.S. fight fans. ESPN has picked up the rematch for the September 23rd big heavyweight fight between Zhilei Zhang, 25-1-1, 20 knockouts, and Joe Joyce at the OVO Arena in London, England. Zhang stopped Joe Joyce, who was basically on the cusp of a world title shot. And so will be repeat or revenge on September 23rd when Zhilei Zhang takes on Joe Joyce. WBA number 2, WBC number 4, IBF, and WBO number 7, William Zepeda, 28-0, 24 knockouts, will face Mercito Hesta, 34-3-3, 17 knockouts in a 12-round fight. That will take place September 16th at the Commerce Casino in Commerce, California. Again, another fight stream worldwide on DAZN. The WBO said that they're going to strip Jermell Charlo of his world championship. The first bell rings for Charlo's September 30th fight with Canelo Alvarez. They're going to let Charlo enter the ring, be announced as champion, but as soon as that bell ring, Tim Tszyu will then become the regular and only WBO 154-pound world champion. Undefeated female super lightweight champion Chantel Cameron, 18-0, 8 knockouts, returns to Dublin, Ireland, where she will rematch Katie Taylor, 22-1 with 6 knockouts. That fight will take place at the 3 Arena, the same exact place that Cameron defeated Taylor a couple months back. That will now take place on November 25th, live again worldwide on DAZN. October 21st, Joshua Buatsi, 17-0, 13 knockouts, would take on Dan Aziz, 19-0, 13 knockouts in a light heavyweight elimination bout. Buatsi, who's ranked across the board, WBA number 1, WBO number 1, WBC 2, and IBF number 3. Aziz is rated 2 by the WBA, 3 by the WBC, 3 by the WBO, and number 5 by the IBF. Right, that fight will take place on Sky Sports in England. I'm sure there will be a U.S. carrier, whether it's ESPN Plus, DAZN, or another one, so stay tuned for that. October 7th is the date that Terry Harper will take on Cecilia Brækhus. That will take place as part of the Josh Warrington Lee Wood card in England. So that's the good co-feature. We'll see Harper defend her belt against a former multi-division world champion, the 41-year-old Cecilia Brækhus. I'd like to thank Jordan White for joining me this week and everyone out there for listening. And next week we'll have some more great guests on the show. Break down all the big fights. Can't wait. Navarrete and Valdez be a tremendous fight. Also some good action on BXNG TV that will pit Vaughn Alexander from St. Louis. That's going to be Friday night. Fight from Sioux Falls, Iowa, Saturday night. Quincy, Massachusetts on Friday night. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. And we'll talk to you next week on the Abrams Boxing Show.